And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin analysis video. Now, as far as price action is concerned, nothing much has really changed for Bitcoin. Yes, we did see a minor pullback on the minor timeframes, which a lot of people, in my opinion, are overreacting to. So today, here's what I really want to flesh out. I'm going to tell you guys why I am still freaking bullish. Okay, and it's very, very important to understand these macro shifts in price action. That way you are not losing sight of the forest for one frigging tree. All right, so today I'm going to drive in as to why I am still bullish. And that is particularly going to be on the macro timeframes. The second point on today's agenda is I was looking at the volatility profile today on the Mango dashboard. And honestly, it's sort of cautioning against a distribution pattern that I'm seeing on the lower time frames. If I take you guys on over to the 4-hour time frame, you can see this. I'm like, this is looking very ugly, right? This looks like a head and shoulders like formation. It looks like distribution. That's what it looks like right now. It looks like distribution. But the volatility profile is telling me to be a bit cautious if I am playing the distribution pattern. And I'll be telling you exactly what it is that I'm seeing on the volatility profile. We'll be dissecting that together in conjunction with what's happening on the lower time frames. Alrighty, and then after that, I'll be telling you guys about the critical levels that we're currently looking at. I've been going over these levels with you guys now for weeks on end, and these levels are important. Why? Because depending on which way we swing, we can then anticipate the next pump to the upside, or hell, does Bitcoin actually get a deeper pullback from here? That's what those critical levels will really help us assess. Now, guys, it goes without saying that like button goes a very, very long way. So if you guys have been enjoying the content that Sean and I have been putting out, make sure to take the time to smash those likes. But I completely understand if you value the content that you consume and you want to wait to see if, this video actually deserves a like. You want to wait until the end to see if you derive any value from here, then by all means, I think that's completely fair. You can wait until the end. Alrighty, no pressure there. Now, with this, we can begin. Why am I still bullish, even despite the most recent pullback that Bitcoin actually got? It's because of this. Now, I understand that people are, they're a bit antsy. We got rejected off of 25K. They're looking at that as a very, very big rejection. We have insane regions of resistance overhead, weekly regions of resistance. People are bearish. However, I gotta really assess the overarching picture, and I want you guys to assess this with me, right? Now, over the past couple of weeks, I've been looking at the bullish signals and I've been looking at the bearish signals. And so far, what I am observing is that the bullish signals are far exceeding anything on the bearish side. Okay? And this is one thing I keep saying. You gotta call a spade a spade. Right? So now what are the bullish signals that we're seeing? Well, I've been going over bull run triggers with you guys. So far, we've received 3 out of 4 bull run triggers. Okay, that's already gone off. We're waiting on the 4th one, but that's a good 75% chance that, hey, we're in a bull market. Now, in addition to this, I went over one more very important, very consistent bullish trigger with you guys in my previous video. I even back tested it for you on the video. Right, and what was that? We just received, guys, a daily golden cross, 1-day golden cross. The observation on the daily golden cross was this. Every time price actually receives a golden cross, getting out of the accumulation phase of a bear market, that is usually the first sort of initiation of the next markup phase of the next cycle. All right, so for those of you like, Krisha, that was too many words. That was too many words, but here we go. Market cycle. Okay, this is 2 market cycles for you. This is the accumulation phase. This is the markup phase. Every time we receive the golden cross somewhere here, essentially emerging out of the accumulation phase, that historically has lined up with the initiation of the next markup phase of the next cycle. This is the next cycle. Okay, so that is the primary observation, guys, that we made in our last video. This was a very, very, very important golden cross that we received just a couple of days ago. But now, in addition to these 2 things that have gone off, there is one more thing. Just yesterday, Sean spoke about improving liquidity conditions. Okay, on the fundamental landscape, we have a lot of bullish confluence on the fundamental landscape, and now what we see is improving liquidity conditions. Liquidity, guys, is going to be the fundamental. It's going to be that foundation of the next bull run, as it has been now for cycles on end. Okay, for a cycle to begin, we need improving liquidity conditions, which we're seeing the numbers sway to that side. Now, if you guys want more information on the improving liquidity conditions, I suggest checking out Sean's video from yesterday, which I will be linking at the end of this one. Okay, but now we have this on the fundamental landscape, and this is very, very, very important. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, so now 3 out of 4 bull run triggers, daily golden cross, improving liquidity conditions. This, guys, is the forest. Okay, do not look at the 4-hour time frame. Don't look at just one tree and miss the forest for this one pullback. All right, not worth it. Right, so try and assess the picture on a more holistic lens. Now, as far as the 4th bull run trigger is concerned, what is it that we're waiting on? Well, we are waiting on the weekly dynamic Ichimoku calculation, right? We're waiting on this. In addition to, let's go ahead and turn on the 55 simple moving average. Alrighty, and because I just want to give you guys a quick update on where we are regarding that sort of signal going off. All right, so let's just zoom in. I'm going to actually knock off all the drawings, and you'll see that currently, so what we're looking for over here on the 4th bull run trigger, guys, we want to see price close over both levels, the weekly dynamic plus the weekly 55 simple moving average. All right, we close over both those levels, this trigger has finally gone off, and then suddenly we're sitting with 4 out of 4 bull run triggers. Now, the top threshold of this trigger comes in around $25,700. So far, we've taken out the dynamic, but we've yet to take out the 55 simple moving average, and that's exactly what we will be waiting for. Okay, but so far, there's a lot leaning bullish. Now, what's leaning bearish? There's only one thing, honestly, that I'm seeing on the charts right now. It's this. If I put on my mango ribbon, it's just this one cluster of resistance that we see over us. That is what is tilting us bearish right now. It's until price really takes out this region of resistance where people will feel a lot more confident in taking that trade to the upside. Now, I will be adjusting this little red box territory to only include the 200 simple moving average and the 55 exponential moving average, because so far, historically, those two levels have done exceptionally well in really in price actually respecting them, okay? So far, as far as the 200 EMA is concerned, every time price does get up there, I notice that it just takes it out in one fell swoop. So now the 200 simple, guys, comes in at around, let me just go ahead and put up my data window. If you guys want to mark out the same box on your screen, 200 simple comes in around 25,100. The 55 EMA comes in around 25,300. So clearing out 25,300 is going to be very, very, very important for the bulls, because now it's not just the resistance that gets completely annihilated. We also get our 4th bull run trigger, which is our investor trigger. So with that, we can now assess this equation of bull versus bear, right? Which is the forest, which is the tree here? And honestly, if I'm being very, very candid, I'm being very honest with the entire holistic picture, I'm saying the bullish side is the forest, the bearish side is the one tree. The one tree being this cluster of resistance, weekly resistance. Okay, I'm going to say WR here. All right, weekly resistance is all we have. We have, on the bullish side, we have 3 out of 4 bull run triggers. As far as the 4th trigger is concerned, you just saw, guys, we have a partial confirmation on the 4th bull run trigger already. Okay, in addition to that, we have a daily golden cross that has been extremely consistent. Just go ahead and watch the previous video. Okay, in addition to that, we have improving liquidity conditions, which is the foundation of any bull run. Okay, and in addition to this, we also have the monthly living over the 10 simple moving average. Okay, so now we have all of this against one of this. And that's why I'm saying do not lose sight of the forest for one freaking tree, which now is going to prove to be a very, very good segue for point number 2, the volatility profile that is cautioning against jumping the gun on any distribution pattern. So if you are looking to short the distribution pattern, the volatility profile is saying be a bit careful here. Okay, so now here's what I'm seeing. If I take you guys on over to the Mango dashboard, and I just want you guys to focus on the trend, focus on, of course, in fact, focus on all the information. It's all good information. I want to first start off with the 4-hour time frame, because what we know for sure, okay, what we're seeing on the chart is that, hey, Bitcoin actually got rejected at 25K, and we saw a swift sell-off all the way down to $23,000. This was very, very swift. As far as that volatility is concerned, this actually spooked a lot of people out. A lot of people are saying, hey, look, I told you so. This is that rejection that now takes Bitcoin back down to its lows. However, check out what the dashboard is saying. Dashboard on the 4-hour time frame, if I just hover over the trend, which is right now showing neutral, the previous trend to that was short. When did this trend flip from short to neutral? 6 hours ago. It's telling me that, hey, that short trend is cooling off. That bearish move is cooling off. Okay, so now I'm looking at this. I'm like, I thought that was very, very interesting. It doesn't seem like it wants to see that continuation just yet. Okay, now, but what about the higher time frames? Because the way these trends move, guys, if we want to see this bearish downturn really spill on over to our higher time frames, basically taking Bitcoin even lower, we want to see that short trend cascade on over to the 12-hour time frame, onto the daily time frame. But did any of those time frames actually flip trend? Well, let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, Bitcoin USDT on the 12-hour time frame is still bullish. It never flipped, even despite this little downturn that we took. It stayed steady on long. Okay, it stayed steady on bullish. This bullish trend signal came to us a week ago, and even after the downturn, look at the return. You're still technically up, telling us that, okay, momentum has not died out that much, but also now notice volatility at 38. When I see vol at 38, I'm saying that the bulls still have a bit more oomph, and what they could start doing here is picking up the slack that we're seeing on the 4-hour time frame. So we could see a higher time frame support actually start getting activated here. Okay, so what happens? So this is higher time frame support. Apologies for the very messy line. Okay, we're seeing uptrend. Now what's happened is that the 4-hour loses structure. We're seeing a downtrend on the 4-hour time frame, as we saw right here. Okay, and now we can see the 12-hour time frame pick up slack on support right there. Okay, and then continue the trend. Now, this is something that we really, really need to watch out for. But now question is, are we seeing this setup? Are we seeing 12-hour support really pick up price? Right? Now, if I go ahead and turn on my Mango dynamic indicator, in the last video, I actually pulled up the dynamic on the 4-hour time frame. I said, hey, this is putting in an ascending triangle, and it looked beautiful. It was a very, very beautiful, neat picture. Okay, that was putting in an ascending triangle with the dynamic highlighting the diagonal, marking the ascending triangle. We had a series of highs, equal highs right there, okay, marking out the entire structure, but we broke down. But now question is this lining up with support on the 12-hour time frame where we're seeing price actually get picked up off of? Well, if I now take you guys on over to the 12-hour time frame, check this out. Look at where we bounced. Okay, and that's exactly what the dashboard is telling us, that, hey, be careful here, because now not only do you have a long trend, you also have low vol. When you see a low vol, that's telling us, okay, the bulls can take this up if they want. They still have a bit more oomph left in them. Now, how much more oomph do the bulls really need in order for this picture to swing bullish again? Well, for that, let's keep this simple, stupid, okay? All we got to do is just turn on our horizontals. So we know that, okay, we found amazing support on that weekly dynamic. I mean, just look at that pickup on the weekly dynamic. That wick alone, guys, was a good 2.34%. Man, I honestly thought that would be more than 2.34%, but hey, this is Bitcoin's volatility right now. But yeah, that was still a significant pickup by the bulls. So what I personally will be looking for over here in order for me to anticipate the next leg up back to $25,000 is for the next 12-hour candle to close over 24.4K. What's better than one 12-hour close is two 12-hour closes. So I'm looking at the next daily, so tomorrow's candle to close over 24.4K. We get that tomorrow. I am saying that Bitcoin likely rallies back up to $25,000 once again, giving the bulls another jab at that critical region of resistance overhead. Alrighty, so this is the setup that you look for. $24,465 is the critical level. Keep your eyes on how price performs on that region. Right now, what I'm noticing across the board is that we're technically sandwiched. Okay, 24.4K as resistance, and if I take you guys on to the 4-hour time frame, turn on my ribbon, you likely just notice that we took out the 4-hour dynamic right there. So we closed over. We're currently using it as support. And even if I put on my ribbon, you'll see that we also have the 21 EMA right there. So right now, at this current point in time, we're currently sandwiched in this zone. So what I will be looking for in the next 12-hour close to anticipate strength from Bitcoin is a close over 24,465. In order for me to anticipate another move down from Bitcoin, I once again will be looking towards my 12-hour time frame. Okay, what I want to see here is a swift rejection, but I think the bid opportunity is going to be the dynamic. Us losing the dynamic will likely take Bitcoin down even further. What is the next region of support I personally will be gunning for? I'm looking at the daily dynamic. as well as, if I just zoom in, okay, put on my mango ribbon, I'll be looking at the daily 55 EMA. Alrighty, so we lose the dynamic. I'm saying we're coming back down to the 55 EMA, currently swinging at around 21.8K, but I'm not looking to jump the gun. Also noticed that on the daily time frame, guys, we've been using the 10 SMA as underlying support. We have not lost that just yet. Okay, so keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the forest. Do not miss the forest for just one frigging tree. 24.4K is going to be that level that tips you off on another move to the upside. Alrighty, and another fun signature that Sean caught is, well, we've actually been trading the altcoins very, very aggressively recently. And there's one structure that has kind of caught me off guard at least 3 times so far, and it's been so freaking frustrating. But now this is just merely an observation. I can't really draw in from anything else besides observation. So this is just one of those signatures. Now, it could be wrong, and I'm always going to say this. Always lean to the side of your TA. If you got to get faked out, then you just get faked out, but keep your eyes on the chart in case you have to get back into your trade. In case you're invalidated on being invalidated, it is your duty to get back into your trade. So with the signature that we've been noticing is that price has usually been putting in these ascending triangle consolidations or something bullish. A bullish consolidation. Looking to break out, but then what happens is that it breaks down, and it breaks down very, very swiftly. Okay, it fakes people out on the breakdown only for price to then rally back up. But this has been one of the prevailing signatures that we've been seeing across all coins. But yeah, so far that's been catching me off guard recently, where it's been breaking down only to break back up. But I mean, it's just my duty to get back into the trade every time this happens, and so that's essentially what I have been doing. I've been getting faked out and then having to get back into the trade every time this happens. So far this has happened 3 times. So yeah, this is all I have for you for today's Bitcoin analysis. I was going to cover an altcoin, but I do have a dentist appointment I gotta get to. So yeah, I'll be leaving the altcoin for the next update. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button, and I will see you in the next video. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.